morning. It's Monday, October 12th, 2020. It's 2:55 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. I'll tell you about my prayer this morning, and maybe this will help somebody, because today it's Monday. My daughter, excuse me. My daughter was up crying, and nothing was wrong. She just, sometimes she does that. And I was getting a little frustrated, and I knew I had to wake up soon. But I just laid there. And I said, well, I'm not going to get frustrated. I'm not going to get angry. She should stop crying. Well, the funny thing was, she stopped crying just as my alarm went off. Like, the moment she stopped crying, I went to sleep. No sooner than I went back to sleep, my alarm went off. And I got up. And for a second there, I just said thank you. It's plain and simple. I just said thank you to God. And I was very grateful. I was. I mean, I could have been mad. I could have been upset. I could have felt like I didn't get the sleep I needed. I didn't feel like any of that. And it's Monday, and all the things that could have set an individual off. Just got up and had the intentions on actually getting out the house earlier. It's 2:57 right now. I had the intentions of getting out the house earlier. Wanted to be at the gym by 3 o'clock, fully enthralled in my workout, and I know what my training session looks like for today. And so I went into my prayer. Something that I engage in every morning before I leave. And, it's just the time God told me that, we could communicate. That was just the time for me before I leave to go work out, before I leave to go start the day. And for some reason, there had been a lot of stuff going on. A lot of things falling through, communication bad, life, regular life, with a twist a little bit, to make things just a little bit more complicated. And, I'm used to that. So how I used to handle it ain't the same how I handle it now. But nevertheless, when things come at you, the tendency to want to quit is there. The tendency, whether it's a tendency like it used to be, where it kept me in a stronghold for 2 weeks, or it's a tendency now where it might tire me out for a couple hours, and I'm like, One thing that I've known, and that was a part of my prayer, was thank you for renewing my strength. And I don't think I necessarily had that state of mind, or I was that aware of what was going on. I just felt like, you're dealing with problems better because you're getting older, or your responsibility level's growing, or you're handling more business, personal, family. You're handling more, so you have to. Your battery has to charge faster. Like cell phones now. One of the main selling points is how many milliamps does this phone have? Does it have 800 milliamp? How many milliamps does it have? What's the fast wiring? What's the fast charging? What's the fast wireless charging? These are selling points now, because they want to know how quick can it rejuvenate itself, because I need it to help me get through my day. I need it to handle my business. I need it to handle my person. I need this phone to do everything I need it to do. And I have become a lot like that phone. The ability to rejuvenate. And it didn't even dawn on me until Now I was like, oh God, I was like, you're renewing me. You're renewing my strength. Oh my God. Every day. Okay, something came at you. I'm not as tired as I was before. Okay, you're renewing my strength. You're renewing me. Thank you. Promise 8 months ago I'd fix this mount and get a new one. It just hasn't been that important. And I just said, God, I said, I said, help me bring you into my life and the decisions that I make and the things that are happening. Help me bring you into that aspect of life for me so that I don't try to go and do this thing alone. I don't try to figure it out on my own alone. I don't make a decision alone. I don't, the word says don't forsake the counsel of men. Or the counsel of God. And so my prayer was just, thank you, God, for renewing me. And the reason why I'm saying this and I'm bringing this up, because we all get that same renewal. We get that, we get rejuvenated and renewed. There's just certain things we have no control over. And then there's things that we do have control over. And those things that you know that you have control over, those are the things that are nagging at you. That relationship where you're like, I know I need to leave this alone. I know I need to move on. I know I need to go sign up for school. I know that I need to buy this house. I know that I need to call Jermaine. I know that I need to reach out to my brother. I know that, and that was another thing in my prayer. It's like, right now, me and my brother are going, I got 2 brothers, and right now, me and my brother are going through something. And to be honest, I'm still not really sure what it is. And that hurts because, when you don't know how to fix it, it's just kind of like, well, it's just a waiting, until, the opportunity presents itself. And then God even told me that. He said, man, just keep trying to make the opportunity present itself. And I, because these are both my little brothers. And I know the guidance and what I can offer is invaluable. But he said, make the opportunity, just keep making the opportunity available. Just keep going after the opportunity to make that conversation or make that meeting happen. So whatever needs to be talked about can be talked about. And so it was just about thank you for the renewal. And we all have that same renewal in us. We all have that same ability. We get that we get renewed through prayer. I'm a firm believer we get a renewal through meditation. We get, anytime we're able to release. And some things I know people hold on to. I know people that hold on to stuff from 15, 20 years ago. They talking about like it just happened. I'm like, when that happened? Like 20 years ago. I'd be like, you still talking about that? But renewal, fresh start. And it just never dawned on me. You always get one if you stop being so rough on yourself. I've had to learn over the last couple of years that I can't take responsibility for everything that everybody else does. And I can take responsibility all day long for what I do, but I ain't got to beat myself up over it. Hey, it happened. Learn from it. Grow from it. Become a better person because of it. And then let that forgiveness be your renewal. Because there'd be times when something would happen and it would set me back. client that promised to, do some business with me, come to find out they went and did it with somebody else. Setback. Oh man, such and such ain't talking to me no more. We having a fallout. Setback. I've graduated from, DUI setbacks and prison setbacks and jail setbacks and, arguments and fights and police interaction. I've graduated from all that, but there was still mental setbacks. There were still mental things that were going on that I would just stay stuck in for days, for weeks, sometimes for months. Never once given self-forgiveness. Never once taken the renewal of my mind back. And so when you start thinking that you need a break, and that's especially important, I think that's more important for people with families, kids, people starting a business, people who have high ambitions to get far in life. You got to forgive yourself, because when you forgive yourself, you give that opportunity for renewal to come faster. So you get your energy to renew. You get your mindset to renew. And I'll leave it with this. When you get renewed, you start handling things better. You start limiting the mistakes that you make. But even when you do make the mistakes, you forgive yourself and you learn from those mistakes. You don't stay stuck in it. Stay beating yourself up over it, tired. I told my wife last night, I said, I like getting up at 1:30. Well, it's actually 1:29. I don't forget that 1 minute, because it was 1:30, and then I pushed it back 1 minute just to see, what where's my sweet spot. But I actually feel like I need to get more sleep. My body will develop better. My thinking will be a lot clearer. But I don't want to give up getting up at this time in the morning. So I'll go to bed a little bit earlier, because chances are there's really nothing going on. There's really nothing going on that I need to be doing. And some people might see that as man, do you have a life? But the fact of the matter is everything that I'm doing up to this point is intended to build not just a life for me, not even just to build a life for my kids, but to establish a legacy that will go on and on and on. And if I have to be the one to make the sacrifice, then I have to be the one that is saying that this is what has to happen. So remember to renew yourself by forgiving yourself.